Okay. And then I'm going to go to minimize that. And then I'm going to go to the video. Yeah, that's big. Masters of the Universe. Masters of the Universe. Okay, click on that. No, hang on. I don't know why that's not showing me what's on the screen. So,
by the way, if you hear a bunch of beeping and stuff, that's just from the scans and stuff I'm doing.
I don't hear anything.
I haven't done them yet, but I'll be happy to do that.
Okay. Okay, there we go. And then mic. Those mics are on. Okay. Alrighty. So, what did you think about the let me put this here. I hope you can about the Masters of the Universe.
Um, well, I think if you're going to watch the movie to have a good time and not to have your worldview changed or have a change of faith or whatever, I think you're going to have a fantastic time. The story is okay, but you don't go to watch Masters of the Universe movie for the plot. You're more there for the fun dudes, the pretty ladies, and the awesome action and the fantasy universe. And somebody like me, somebody like you, who has grown up with the series, I think if you manage your expectations and not expecting a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, you're going to have one heck of a time. You're going to have a great time with this film.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be just a pop. Me myself, I think it's going to be a popcorn, uh, good time movie. Of course, by the way, this is reviewer in a bathrobe, aka Matt, and then this is my nerdy cousin here. But if you saw him, you might not think he's much of a nerd. But some of these actors are coming out like what was it? Who Chris Campbell or who was the guy who played Superman? Not the one who played this Superman, but the one before that.
Oh, Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill, that's the one I was thinking of. He was talking about
Yeah.
how he liked what's that game with the little
Warhammer?
huh?
Warhammer?
Yes, he was saying he that was his jam and how he would paint the figurines himself. I think there was like a video of where he put together a a computer by like a tower by himself. But
Yeah.
and
That was a cool video. I like that one.
so just to say, Just because you're in shape doesn't mean you're not you don't like the nerdy stuff.
Oh yeah, that's just a stereotype.
Definitely, I know back in the day. I know back in the '90s and '80s, and people might have gotten picked on for some of that stuff.
Yeah, I know when I was in school that started to change because like I mean you had kids like me who was really good at sports and then we were also like yeah but we also read comic books and we play video games and I feel like back in the early 2000s you kind of got side-eyed by being a very good athlete and being a nerd and I feel like you get stereotyped a lot. I was like oh you're just a big dumb beefcake and it's like no not at all.
Well, I tell you, I wish. I mean, when I was a kid, I, I mean, I was when I was young. It was like when I was like up to five. When I got into like 5 years old, that's when I was thin. But then, like when I got into double digits, that's when I was like, I turned into a dumpling. I
That's
need
just one way to explain it.
Yeah, I need to. That was the same way if my sister sees this and say that was about. It's like we were both thin, but then we all blew up, and
Yeah,
but I'm glad you stayed in shape.
well, I don't know if stayed in shape is the right word. It's managing it more most of the time because I do get pretty chunky sometimes. So it's like a constant battle between staying in shape and
I know.
getting fat.
I know. They say after a man gets past 25, his skin elasticity or whatever it is does not really want to snap back.
Yeah,
I don't. Well, I know you're in your 30s now.
yeah. So I mean, so I have stretch marks on my arms and my chest. Not really so much in my stomach, but even like with muscle growth, it happens with that. So like my skin's not, you
I
know.
feel like we're doing a Q&A session on weight loss, and we're talking about I don't know what you'd call them, muscle bodybuilders or whatever.
I mean, it all relates. It goes all the way back to He-Man. So I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. Um. And by the way, I haven't seen it, so this is why I'm because I don't know if you want to tell them who you are.
Oh yeah, well, I guess on your channel the last time I was on is we called me the buff nerd. So I guess we'll keep it that.
Okay, we'll keep it at that. Um, Located down south.
Yeah,
Was
down southern boy down here in the south.
Yeah, but he originated here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
Born and raised.
yep. And then there's uh, I don't know. So I know from the trailers and stuff, some of it's going to take place on Earth. And what did you feel about that? What did you feel that? I mean, was it like?
Okay, so without getting into spoilers, I think they handled the Earth stuff very well. They handled it way better than I thought they were going to. But I
Mm,
won't say any more other than that. But like, you spend a really good, decent amount of time in Earth, but you don't overstay its welcome on Earth. If that makes any sense.
okay, okay. And is there any relatives? Wait, I guess that would be giving something away too.
I
Um,
bleached it.
what about? No, I was going to say, is there a wizard?
besides Skeletor.
Well, I don't know if
But
Skeletor really is a wizard.
that's what I was about to say. And he's more of like a, I guess you call him a mage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with without spoilers, yes and no.
Okay. Uh, there's yeah. So I know it was it. I know he finds the sword in that comic book shop.
Yeah.
That is a given, and and then somebody leaked online that there might be a sequel with Shira. I don't know.
I
I,
really hope they do.
yeah,
Without spoilers or anything. Not saying I'm not saying she shows up. I'm not saying she doesn't. But I do hope they make a sequel with She-Ra. I know the cartoon they came out with a couple years ago. I know it was divisive. I thought it was okay, but I know it was very divisive. I guess they got into politics.
yeah.
So
There was politics, and then there was also a little bit about gender identity and things like that.
yeah, and
And
see, and not to like be political or whatever, left leaning, right leaning. I don't think. And Eternia, that stuff just does not belong. It's like we grew up with these characters, and sure, there could be same sex relations, whatever, but like, I think it should be. I don't know. I just don't think Eternia should have to get into those subjects. Like, we're not your parents. That's your parents'
yeah,
responsibility.
yeah. It's like okay. There was that Kevin Smith uh, He-Man show that
Yeah.
a lot. I didn't actually mind it too much because, well, first of all, most of it wasn't actually. It didn't really have he only the first little bit of the first episode had He-Man in it, and then it was more of um
Tila.
she
Yeah.
yeah Tila, and then it was more like her journey to getting the sword back together, and then also sort of discovering her like heritage of her mother being the guardian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think me and you have different. We have different opinions on that show.
Yeah.
I did well. See, Revelations Part 1, 2, I did not like, but then there was a third one. What was it? So there was He-Man. What was it? Revelations, and then there was another one that Kevin Smith made, and it's pretty much him like making up for all of the things, all of his political stuff that he did. It's pretty much him making up for it. Be like, oh, you guys just wanted a more stylistic, Grieger
Hey, cuz I'm
cartoon.
gonna. Hey, cuz I'm gonna stop you for a second there. It
Yeah, no problem.
needs the potty break.
No problem.
Sorry, viewers.
Yeah, reviewers. Well, my cuz goes out and does his thing. I guess I'll give you a little rundown. Right now, I'm on the night shift. I'm on security.
streamers. Alrighty. Zach? Okay. Alrighty. I'm back and now I'm just waiting on.
There we go.
How
We're
you?
back.
Yep. You never know when you gotta go.
Somebody spill that one.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Feel free to have it because I don't think I've um uh I don't definitely don't own it.
Mark that immediately.
um, Another thing, I did not think that I don't know what theater you go. Is it Cinemark or is it AMC or what
Yeah.
which one
I go
is
to
it?
Cinemark myself.
That's what I go to. I didn't
Yeah.
think it. I didn't know this, but they got the power sword, the drink holder, the power sword.
Yeah. I brought it with me to the theater, and people were like, huh, that's neat. They were also looking at me like I was crazy.
I almost thought about getting one,
You definitely should. It's definitely worth the investment. It's
but
nice, too.
I just was like, oh our grandma would kill me if I brought that home. Uh, He-Man power sword drink holder.
Yeah, and I don't think it's that expensive. I think it was only like $30 or something like that. It was way cheaper than I thought it was gonna be.
Then they got the Castle Grayskull. Only the bottom half of the sword. It really is just for aesthetics. It's not. It you don't.
Yeah.
It, and then they got the Castle Grayskull uh, popcorn bucket. Uh,
Yeah. So I thought about getting that for my little figurines, but I was just like, nah, I have too many popcorn buckets as it
how
is.
much was the
They're always taking up
popcorn
space.
bucket?
I want to say it was closer to 50, but I am a Cinemark's movie member, whatever it's called. So I think it went to like 45.
Like,
I could be wrong.
do you like earn points, or do you when you buy
Yeah.
things there, or do you pay a monthly fee?
So you pay monthly fees, and it's only like I want to say
Hello, might have cut out again. See if we can get back a hold of the Z-Man. Nope. Let me see if I can send him a message.
Sorry, cuz I think it's where I'm at in the warehouses. I keep losing service. But let me give you a call back in like maybe 10 minutes, and hopefully that should work.
Okay, so he's going to give me a call back, and if you didn't hear that, about 10 minutes. I'm going to unplug my controller here. Uh, he's a tough old security guard. You don't want to mess around with him. no, I was shocked that they were going to have this because usually a lot of times they don't get the like. There was an alien. Ooh, is that a shot glass or what is that? Why is that not picking up? Okay, so now it's on there. Okay. All right. If you did not see what me and my cuz were talking about before, we were talking about this power sword that is actually a drink holder. And only it's $39.95. And only this section here is the actual drink holder. And that's what I was saying. My grandmother would kill me if I brought that home. And I am planning on seeing this. What is this? Let me see this. $29, $30. The only popcorn bucket I ever really bought, I got two of them. I got the Jaws special edition because of when it came out, and then I got the I got the Minecraft TNT popcorn bucket, which I was glad they got it, but I was like, why isn't it red? And then I think I figured it out. It's because they didn't want people to think it was actual dynamite. I was like, and because that's the same thing they got to do on like toy guns and stuff. The toy gun always has to have a purple, not purple. So I'm gonna look for a picture of not Minecraft, but picture of He-Man, Master of the Universe. Full. Let's go to images. While we're waiting on this show. Okay, where did it go? This show, I think it'll come up there. Where'd it go? I didn't click on that. This show right here, if you can, was, I think, one of the best interpretations, and I think it was from the early can't remember when it first came out. But I just liked it in it. So, and then we got, of course, where is that? It was right there. I thought it was right here. This one, which made more for kids. I am wondering, he didn't tell me. I know Moss Man is supposed to be in this film. And he was very, in this film, I mean this movie, not movie, in this he had a big part in it. Like, I do not like that figure. The dude, it looks like a girl. You can tell this is like from, I don't think it's from the new Masters of the Universe series. I want to say it's from the older one. And I don't, who is this? I don't know if I've ever seen this person. But no, we all know what Masters of the Universe was, and we all know what it was. I mean, it was a freaking like a half an hour toy commercial. That's what a lot of them was, and but it's far beyond. I mean, I don't. That would be nice if we see this guy in there. I think it's. I don't know if it's his name was Stratus or Aerith. I don't know. No, I don't want to see no freaking barbecues. You need a barbecue grill. I don't need no barbecue grills. And yeah, I'm gonna see if if I am streaming. No, I could do that on my phone. But no, Clownfish TV said that this was not doing very well. Not to promote them or anything, but I don't know if they did better than let me go to YouTube here. See if it's okay. Yeah, I'm streaming. Hello.
Hello. It should be better now.
Good. Good. That's good. How are you doing?
This hurts pretty bad. What's that?
I said, how are you doing?
I could be better if I wasn't sweating.
Is it hot down there?
Yeah, it's very humid.
Oh yeah,
The weather
it's.
is not horrible. It's very humid out here. It's just like it's hard to breathe.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. I've been I don't know if it's because I'm sick at the moment and those medication. Yeah. Yes. If anybody's listening here, I have been under the weather, and I've been. We do have air conditioning in our house now, but but then when you turn it on and then you leave it on for a while, then you get cold, and but no, I I think you're a few degrees warmer than we are.
I think so. Down here in the south, I think it does get a little bit warmer.
Yeah. Um, but do you remember? I don't know I don't know when it came out, but do you remember? Because I know we were saying that it was the He-Man we grew up. Of course, neither one of us grew up with the one from the 80s. Yeah, from the '80s, the guy with the bowl cut.
Yeah,
Um,
that was a little before our time.
I know I was born in '87, but then the next two, I still uh, the early, I think it was early 2001 series where the sword transformed. I really enjoyed that one, and he was younger.
Yeah.
He was younger, and he was a little bit scrawnier.
Oh, you talking about Prince Adam?
Yes,
Yeah.
and he was, and it just made more sense because I'm like, uh, how wouldn't you recognize this guy? It's just a guy with a purple T-shirt on, not a T-shirt, but you know, he was a purple shirt on, and then he transforms, and then he's bare chested and got a like some kind of furry loin cloth on, and nobody knows it's him.
Yeah. Which, see, they kind of play that up in the movie, but they didn't go far enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I don't know this for sure, but I'm supposing supp- that they're going to do on Earth like there's relatives because his they there has been versions where his mom was from Earth. She was an astronaut that got lost in space or something. Which
Oh, yeah.
that would make the most sense why he's on Earth. I mean, it's not technically the whole Superman thing. While you know, like, but
Yeah, so, like, I know a lot of people can say that he's pretty much an alien, which, not really, but I don't want to say anything,
that's
but,
okay.
yeah. I don't know how to skirt around that.
And I know you wouldn't want to say whether or not Skeletor is Skeletor 100% of the time. You know, like I don't know what is his name Candor or no, not Candor. What was Skeletor?
Where he was his
Um,
uncle.
yeah,
So, I can't say anything about the origin of Skeletor,
I
but what I can do is speak on his character, because it's not really a spoiler. But I know in the trailers, he comes off as more, what's the word I'm looking for? Serious and dark.
yeah, and then he also
But when you watch, what's that?
I was gonna say somewhat in one trailer I saw he came off as
One second,
wacky.
cuz I'll be right back. Go over, supervisor. Talking to mommy.
The patrol man is on patrol.
Sorry about that, cousin. They were hollering for me. But what were you saying?
In one trailer, he seemed a little wacky because he was telling Evil Lynn, "This is my Tricindo. I can't say it. I can't. If I could say it, he was like saying because he's like, oh, like it was like you spoiled my moment or something.
Uh, so that's the thing that I love about. See, here's the thing. I don't like Jared Leto for my own personal reasons, stuff he's got going on, and I don't like the way he acts. But I will say, in this movie, he actually does crush it. I hate to give him credit, but he does. He does kill it.
Well, I mean, most of is probably he is wearing, from what I heard, he is wearing a bodysuit, and then also they they didn't make him wear a mask, but they CGI'd that on.
Yeah. So apparently, Jared Leto being Jared Leto, he put on fake blood on his face when he was on set. And I'm like, did you do that to be funny, or are you doing that to be in character? Because if you're trying to get into character, that's not the Skeletor you're representing. So I don't know what you're going for there. But if you're doing it to be funny, I'm like, that's funny. He's like, oh, I'm just creeping out my co-stars. I'm like, okay, cool.
Well,
Co-workers.
well, I don't know if it was because where. Now again, no spoilers, but if we're going to say he potentially got acid through in his face, because isn't there a guy? There's a guy called Kandok, who's like, I don't know. He wears a black, red, and white outfit, and he's the guy who healed Skeletor in a way. So where he's basically his head is just a floating skull.
Well, there is. I can't remember. There's a new origin story, and it's from Kevin Smith, where he is his master now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's got acid to the face, or if that's just his race. I know there is a race of people. It depends on interpretation, because there are races where there are skull-like people, and then there's interpretations where he's got acid to the face.
I
can't really speak.
I think even in the original series, that's, I don't know if they went down further, because when they launched She-Ra, Kandok, I think his name was her villain, and that's another thing. Why is it's his twin sister, right? So why is his twin sister on another planet? That's.
Are they twins? I thought they were. Yeah.
I don't. Let me see here. Are He-Man? Dang it. Oh, dang it. Are He-Man and She-Ra twin siblings? Yeah, it said they are.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, I guess depending on interpretation of which version
Yeah.
or watching, I guess because sometimes I think they're on separate planets and they're doing, because she's supposed to be more of like a politician, right? And he's supposed to be more of a warrior. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I mean, first of all, again, that goes again with the interpretations. He-Man was not the first person to hold the power, because like the Castle Grayskull was named after a guy named Grayskull.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so when he's saying by the power of Grayskull, he's saying, he's meaning by the first. I think you could say the wielder, or I don't know. There's, if anybody wants to know more about this stuff than me and my cuz here do, there are comic books and there are YouTube videos out there, and I know. Well, what do you think about the upcoming Supergirl movie? How do you think it's going to do?
So it's not getting a lot of buzz. And the trailers themselves, they look fun, it looks cool, but it's not like building a lot of hype for me. But for me, being a Supergirl fan, being a Lobo fan,
I think we got cut out again. Supergirl.
which I kind of wish they would push. I wish this story was a little bit deeper, and it might be, but I don't know. It just looks like you go there. It kind of reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy a little bit,
Yeah,
and the comic it's based off, it's more of like a western, and
yeah.
I kind of was hoping it would be more like that instead of
I
fun,
mean,
quippy,
yeah.
ride, I guess.
The comic that it's based on, I got into it, and it looks better than I think it's called. Is it called Woman of Tomorrow or Supergirl? Yeah, Woman of Tomorrow. Yeah, that actually was
Yeah,
better. That was better than. That was better than. I mean, I could see some of the similarities they're taking it from, but
yeah,
but I mean, she still wasn't going around the galaxy. I mean, I don't care if she's like she's wanting to booze it up or whatever. I mean, I do this. I don't like the sort of retro look that they're giving the Kara's. I don't know, that pod that lands on the arc in the Arctic, and in that suit. I'm like, you guys are an advanced civilization, and you look like you just have like a, I don't know, like a fire suit on.
right.
And
Like an old retro style.
yeah, and it just didn't make sense to me, and then I don't know if the comic I don't know if the comic book was retro like that. I know our grandmother, she calls my PS5. She says that just looks retro, and yeah,
Yeah, I know in the comic that it's just like because it's a what do they call it? A red sun planet, something like that. And it's I really like the idea because Supergirl is she's still Kryptonian, she's still very powerful, but she's not at full power. So
yeah,
I think she can still fly, but it's more of like a glide, and she's still very powerful, but like she can still be taken down, I guess. And then with this movie, I'm not sure how they're going to handle it.
no, I don't know either. It just uh, and then well, while we're here, um, uh, Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh yeah, what was your thoughts on it?
Mandalorian and Grogu. Yeah. What did you think about that?
So for me, it's it's a lot like Masters of the Universe. So the plot is not that deep, but the way I compared it was John Wick and outer space. John Wick with the Star Wars theme. That's how I kind of took it. And then you
Really?
have really cute Grogu and I forgot those little creatures' names. I know.
I don't remember their names either.
Yeah,
Little mechanics.
yeah. But it kind of reminded me of like old school Gremlins, where
Yeah.
they was all puppets. So you had your little puppet section where it was just them going on their little adventure, and I'm like, I love that. I would watch an entire movie just on Grogu and his little friends.
Yeah, that would have been a nice,
It was nice.
that would have been nice. I mean, they don't even have to talk, because
Yeah,
I mean, they do sort of make noises at times, and then sometimes those little mechanic guys, they do make, there's words that they say, like they say bad baby, or
yeah.
or
Big pipe.
Yeah, and but I mean, he's you know, this is definitely before. This is all before the first order. You know, this is
Oh, for the sequels, yeah.
yeah yeah. These is definitely before the and then because I'm like, you know, you gotta think what, you know, I don't know if there's a book or anything like saying why wasn't he around during that invasion or during that.
So far from the books area, they haven't explained why Din and Grogu isn't around. I remember when Grogu was with Luke, everybody's like, "Well, we know what happened there. Kylo killed Luke, and now with or Kylo killed Grogu. I'm sorry, but now with Grogu being back with Mando, we know that's not the case. So right now, we don't know.
I honestly don't know why he couldn't be a Mandalorian and a Jedi because um, there was a Mandalorian that was a Jedi.
Hmm.
I can't remember his name, but he's the one who forged the dark saber.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. I know what you're talking about though.
And not, you know, it's not Darth Sidious. That's somebody else. It's
And that's Palpatine.
yeah. And then there, and that's another thing why I did not like the uh uh
Sequels.
well, you know, the TV show oh god, what was Anakin's Padawan's name? I can't remember her name.
Oh, Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. I did. That's another reason why I did not like that because then when they go back and you know she's picking up that one woman from who is it was it called Rebels?
Oh, you talking about the Mandalorian lady?
Yeah, yeah,
What's her name?
yeah. Sorry,
Sabine?
yeah, Sabine, or maybe it was was Sabine like the head one or not?
Can't remember.
I can't remember either, but she's training her. She tried to train her to be a Jedi, and because she got the dark saber and then some other things, and I'm like, so now anybody can just be a Jedi?
Well, no, I don't think anybody can be a Jedi. They kind of, they kind of established that she has force sensitivity, and even Ezra, well, obviously Ezra is a Jedi, I guess.
Well,
Um,
yeah,
they find out that they have force sensitivity, so she is more of a man. Oh, well, I guess there's another one. She's Mandalorian and somewhat of a Jedi, but she doesn't really go by the Jedi code. She's just more sensitive, I guess. She kind of leaves the Jedi stuff, the Force sensitivity, with Ezra, which I kind of like this idea that Ezra is using like kung fu and the Force
yes,
instead of the saber,
yes, he's a
which is cool. And he gives his old saber to what's her name, Sabine, whatever her
yeah.
name is. Yeah, I thought that
And
was
then
cool.
he ends up building a new one, anyways.
Oh yeah, that's right, he does. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he does. He ends up building a new one. I mean, if the whole if they wanted to put the whole, some people said if they wanted to just make what would that have been, a fourth or fifth season of Rebels? Why not do that instead of instead of doing this live action show? And if you're going to do a live action series of Ahsoka, I would have liked to seen a little bit of what if of. I don't think they put it in that one live action, not live action, but the animated series. Did you ever read the book where she like purified these crystals?
Mm-mm. I don't think so anyway.
Okay, it's like after she leaves the Jedi temple, she's like kicked out for some reason, and then she ends up like on this world, and she's running trade. I don't know, and then she finds these parts. She keeps gathering up these parts. She doesn't know why, and then for some reason she gets hold of these kyber crystals, but they're like they've been like what Sith do to them. They like they bleed them or something. I can't remember the right word.
There we go. I got you that now.
And then she eventually she purifies them and turns them white.
Hmm.
And so that's when she goes back. She goes back, and she's with this is after order, what was it, order 66. I think.
Right.
And so she goes back. She goes into hiding, but then she goes, to help people. So yeah,
Okay. Gotcha. So you're saying you'd want a show about that?
yeah, I would like that, or at least have it start out there, and then, but I guess they don't have to. But I also don't like how her those head um, those head, I don't know what you call them.
Like her tentacle things?
Yeah, I don't like how they look in live action. I mean, I wish they I wish they could have maybe did CGI a little bit, and
That
I
probably would have worked best.
yeah, and the actress, she doesn't know any martial arts. I mean,
1 second. Yeah. I got it. It's just being here. Just getting my scans and I'm gonna head over there. Deal with that. Okay, done. All right, I'm back. But you were saying she doesn't know any martial arts?
yeah, I don't think I'm definitely sure she doesn't know martial arts, and I don't think she's. When you see her move around on the screen, like the real Ahsoka, well, I mean the animated one. I mean, the way she moved, it was so gracefully, and the way she does it, it's just like no. I mean, like it wasn't compelling. I guess you could say. And we've lost signal. Hello?
I think it was my end again.
That's okay.
But you were saying that Rosario Dawson, you feel like she
It wasn't
was more
really
stiff?
yeah, she wasn't really compelling. I don't know if I mean the bad guy who was playing on that show looked more compelling than her. I mean, and
Yeah. See, I kind of have a different mindset than you. I was a little disappointed with Thrawn because in the books, fitness is like part of what makes the mind go better, and he's supposed to be like physically fit, takes care of himself, and he's supposed to be like, I don't know how you put it, like top tier. But then the actor, and not throwing any shade at him, but Thrawn has like a belly in the show. And I'm just like, that's not right. And I get it, he is older, so it's not making fun of the actor. I mean, me myself, I gain weight all the time, but I was kind of put off by that. I was like, huh. I thought like fitness was supposed to like make the mind better and everything, but then you just kind of let yourself go.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I do agree with you with Rosario Dawson is like, and honestly, with a lot of actors, that's why they get stunt doubles, not
Yeah.
necessarily to take hits, but because most actors don't know how to, they don't know martial arts. So like, I can always pinpoint somebody who can fight, somebody who can't, from my years of doing mixed martial arts, especially when they throw their kicks. It's like, it's so clumsy and it looks so stiff. Especially when like Ahsoka throws her kicks, it's like that's not right. I get what you're saying with the fluidity of like the show compared to live action.
Yeah, definitely. Has there been any like any like series on television you've been as seen?
Um,
I know you with those kiddos there is probably hard.
yeah, yeah. I mostly get my entertainment here at work because I can't really do it at home. But I was watching Stranger Things '85.
I have not watched that
Yeah,
yet.
it's not bad. And my only criticism, which is not really a criticism, it's very kid friendly, which is weird because if you go back to watch the original show, like there's blood, there's gore,
Yeah.
there's cussing, and there's like
I,
sexual themes. But then you watch '85, it's like, yeah, no, even the kids don't say any curse words. And, I mean, it's fine, but like it's just like it throws you out off a little bit because in the show they're little foul mouthed little pricks sometimes. But it just feels like everything lost its teeth, which is not it's not bad, but it's just like, huh, oh yeah, this is meant for kids.
I wonder if they'll keep making animated like an animated series or if they might make a live action and they'll go into maybe the 90s. Well, actually, I think weren't they in the 90s when the kids graduated?
I don't know.
Let me see
I don't
here.
remember.
In the last season of Stranger Things, what year did they graduate? Yeah, let me see here. Oh, it was 89.
Gotcha, gotcha. And then, yeah, my biggest complaint with Stranger Things is because, like, these kids should have been dead as
Well,
soon
yeah,
as
a
they
lot of
lost their
time there was
congregation.
yeah. You
Yeah,
go
and what's that?
no. I was like, you go ahead. You say what you're gonna say.
Oh, I was just saying that these kids should have been dead a long time ago. And for them to keep them alive is fine, but then they keep killing off, like, newer characters and characters you love, like Eddie Munson. I'm like, you keep these kids alive, and they're okay. I like them, but like, then you kill off like a fan favorite. Like, why? Like, you could have kept him going. I feel like there was more story to tell with Eddie Munson, and
Yeah,
they they made a bunch of books about him now, and I feel like they're like, dang, we messed up.
I've only seen one book that they made about him. But yeah, I was disappointed in the whole last season of Stranger Thing. I mean, I know they say, oh, COVID affected it, and then they said uh, then I don't know that there was a lot of things, and then they said there was some inappropriate things between uh, oh, what's her name? Billy, no, not Billie Eilish, Billy.
Oh, Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, Millie
And
Bobby Brown.
Drake.
Millie Bobby Brown, yeah. And oh, whoever played her dad on the show. Not the scientist, but
Oh, you're talking about Hopper.
yeah.
David Harbour.
Yeah, Hop, yeah. And then there was they said there was something about, you know, but then they went back again and tried to say, oh, that wasn't anything. There wasn't. Like, make up your mind.
Well, apparently, what it was they got into like a big argument on set, and they kind of blew up on each other, or he blew up on her. But from what I gather, like it really wasn't anything. Like it sounds like it. Well, it sounds like an incident. Like maybe they were just having a bad day, and they just went at it for a minute, and then they were like, they came to their senses, and they're like, okay, never mind, we're good.
Yeah.
Which happens, and I feel like it happens with coworkers.
Yeah, but
and,
they were.
I've done it with a couple of coworkers, but like I feel like it was probably blown out of proportion.
Yeah, and then they were saying, oh, well, they had to have. When she was on set and he was on set, he had to have. There had to be like some kind of, not a bodyguard, but somebody around him.
Yeah, like what I heard that they had to keep them separate because they didn't like each other. But I guess they both came out and was like, that's not true. We just had a bad day or something.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure what exactly went down. But they could also, all of that could have been true. And they just say that to save face, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. And then another thing, what I heard was when they first started shooting, they didn't have a script.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah,
that.
yeah. If you go on Netflix, even admits it, because if you go on Netflix and you watch behind the scene thing, they talk about, they did not have a script when they started to shoot.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm like,
I don't know how they would shoot with that.
I don't know. I mean, like, they say that's I don't know. And some of the, like, the big desert scene, and then all those, the monster, it's a spider. I don't know. I just, like, this is what the big bad is.
Oh, you talking about season 5? Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible. It had bad CGI and and then it just, they should have.
Yeah,
What?
I don't know. I feel like the show should have ended because I feel like after season 3, I didn't think was very good. Season 4 was okay, but I love Eddie Munson. Like he should have stuck around more, in my opinion.
What I would have.
And then season 5, I didn't really care for, but season 1 and 2, I feel was really good. I feel like after season 2, it should have been an anthology about the people around talking and other people's stories.
Yeah.
Not like the Twilight Zone, but like this season's dedicated to this group of people, this season's dedicated to this group of people.
Yeah, that would be interesting. That would have been definitely. But then again, I can't. The was it the Duffer Brothers or whoever was they were also attempting to do another series of something else at the same time. So they're like, okay, I think they were going to do a. I think they were doing a, actually. I don't. They're not the ones who did Welcome to Derry. I think they're doing. I think they were going to do a a, a, a Stephen King thing or something.
Yeah.
So they figured, oh well, we'll just wrap this up, and because we already got paid, so
It
what?
doesn't surprise me none. That's kind of what happened with the Game of Thrones people. They pretty much just, you know, cashed in the last season just so they could run around and go play in the Star Wars universe. But then I guess the last season of Game of Thrones was so bad that they kind of got fired, and they were like, "Yeah, you're not doing a Star Wars movie now."
Yeah,
That sucks.
yeah, that was that was that was the that was terrible. I mean, you know the whole. I don't know if it was Me Too movement or whatever happened, and I know like Clownfish TV, and they've said this really started off in it was either 2014 or 2016 when the that new all female Ghostbusters movie came out. Not that it
Oh,
was
2016.
yeah,
Yeah.
not that it was all women, that but it was just the way it was handled. It was just terrible. And then every time something that people say they didn't like, they all say, "Oh, you're an xenophobe," or
Yeah.
people can't say whether or not they don't like something right now.
It's That's the thing that I think a lot of them don't understand. It's like it's not that it's an all female cast. It's that you disrespect what came before, and then you disrespect the men in the stuff. It's basically like okay, when you were a kid and you had your box of toys, right?
Yeah,
And then you let your sister play in those box of toys, and she doesn't take care of them. She breaks them, and then she plays with them the wrong way, and it's just like, why are you doing this? And she's like, because now it's my turn to play in this play box. I'm gonna play with it the way I want to play with it, and that's kind of what happens. Is like they don't treat the characters with respect, and that's like, oh, we're going to crap on them because I have a new character who's actually better than you. And it's just like, why? You're not helping your case; you're hurting your case.
yeah. I mean, like I can't. I think her name was Geeky Sparkles or whatever on that. She's like, well, why don't you just make have the all female Ghostbusters and then have the originals in there? Why don't you make them the children of the Ghostbusters or something? Or
That's what I said too. Like, why not have this a separate team? And it's like it's not about it's all women. It's just they're just very qualified for this situation. So we hired all women to be the new face of the Ghostbusters, and then you can have the old crew, Bill Murray and all of them. Yeah, we're just pretty much the face of the company, but they're our workers now, so they're the ones who go out and do all this. Instead of just like crapping on that, and was like, no, we're the ladies' crew, and we're the ones who started this. And it's
I
like, okay,
mean,
have fun failing.
when the I can't remember what it was called, but when the one Ghostbusters movie where they moved into that old house, I can't remember the name of it, where it was the family of Egon,
Oh yeah,
and
not the last one, but the one before.
yeah, and they moved into there, and then I loved that movie. That was so enjoyable. And then
I know a lot of people got mad because they brought back an animated Egon.
yeah,
I thought it was kind of cool, but a lot of people was like, that's disrespectful. And I was like, if I died as an actor, that was really big for something, and they brought me back as an animated character to have one last appearance, I think that's cool. But I guess not everybody sees it that way.
well, yeah. I mean, if I mean, the family might have. If it wasn't cool, I'm sure the family could have said something about it. I mean, so that,
Well, I'm pretty sure they have permission from his estate or basically his relatives.
yeah,
So I don't think that was the problem. I just think people were like, "That's disrespectful," but
yeah,
I don't think that's the case.
yeah. Um, so I liked it. I really enjoyed it. But then when they came out with it, excuse me,
That's okay.
excuse me, but but when they came out with Frozen Empire, that one I did not care for. I did not care for Frozen Empire.
Yeah, I was watching it. I bought it for me and Kelly, or I guess I'd call her my wife. But I was watching it with her, and I fell asleep during it. And every time I try and watch it, I always get to the beginning part. I like the chase scene at the beginning, but other than that, like I just get really bored and I just tune out for whatever reason. I can't give you my review on that one because I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah. Me, I was hoping that why didn't they go? Why don't this is what they should. This is if you want a good Ghostbusters idea, they either go all over,
Yes.
go international, or introduce aliens.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, I don't know. There was this movie, like a old sci-fi like movie of the week I watched one time, where they said that in mythology, that certain um, creatures were affected by iron. So, well, what if because they found out that it was just aliens, that's what they really were. But what if aliens crash landed, they died on Earth, and then they turn into ghosts,
Hmm.
and then there's this other thing that was with them. What if they were carrying something with them, and they had to defeat it in some other way, like with um, using uh, like iron or salt. Like they always say, put salt around to make a barrier. And so,
And
and
see, this is why I like your idea because if you notice, any humans that are like turned to ghosts in the Ghostbusters universe, they look like just ghostly humans.
yeah,
But then when they go and solve ghost cases like Mike Slimer, he doesn't look like any human that we know. So it would make sense that they are like dead aliens.
yeah, I know. I'm like, what the heck? What is Slimer? Was he? Is this like what? Okay, you were not a
I
slob,
think
but like a
I think Slimer is technically a poltergeist, so I guess he's like a demon.
yeah. Um, he um he 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 I know he was based after. He was supposed to be based after a comedian that died. I can't remember.
Hmm.
Let me go here and find that out.
Nah, I couldn't tell you.
Let me go here. Dang it. Who who was Slime? Who was Slimer in the Ghostbusters based after?
Slimer was directly inspired by the late comedic actor John Belushi.
John
Facebook. Now
John Belushi.
Gotcha.
Yep. Slimer was based after John Belushi, and I don't know that they why they thought he looked funny or
That's kind of what I was wondering. I was like, okay, that's kind of disrespectful.
but yeah, I just thought, like it would be so um okay, you get an alien, you get a ship, and they're a prison ship, and this guy, he's not a normal, criminal. He's able to kill by sucking souls from people. So
Okay.
and then but and then but everybody dies on the planet, not on the planet, but on the ship, and but it's just I I just thought, oh, why don't you do that? And then also, in part of uh the oh that Frozen Empire, that they filmed that in Great Britain.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I'm like, you're already in Great Britain. Why isn't the Ecto One on the back of some kind of um one of those big carriers?
Yeah.
One of those military carriers with the that carry. I'm like, if you're gonna do it, go big, go home, man.
Right.
You could have had the Ecto One just like airdropped right into the middle of. There's
Well, I think that's not supposed to actually be Great Britain. It's supposed to be New York, isn't it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be New York, but I don't know why they filmed it there.
Probably for tax write-off, or
Yeah,
because I know a lot of these films will shoot in weird places so they can get a tax write-off or whatever it's called.
yeah. I know they were filming in Ohio when they were filming that new Superman movie down by I don't know where it was. It was where that museum is. It used to be a train
Oh
station.
yeah, the Superman Museum thing
Yeah,
or memorial.
yeah. It's not actually it's an old train museum. It's an old train, and then they turned it into a museum. And
Gotcha.
one of the actresses that was in it actually, she is from Ohio.
Superman comes from Ohio. The well, I can't remember the Jewish kids, or I guess
Yeah,
not kids now, but
yeah,
they're originally from Ohio.
yeah. They are. They're originally from Ohio. Yeah, they're originally from Ohio, and then I don't know how much they sold Superman to um, whatever.
Oh, it's a DC.
Yeah, DC, but I don't know what it was. I think it was called Timely Comics at the time.
Oh yeah. Well, I remember before Superman, we know him now. He was supposed to be like Lex Luthor. He was supposed to be a bad guy, a bald-headed bad guy. I think he was supposed to be like a floating head.
I
But
didn't. I never heard that. I didn't know that.
yeah, so Superman was supposed to be like this, like supervillain. But then I think one of the boys' fathers got murdered. I could be wrong, so we might have to fact check this. But I think uh, one of their fathers was murdered, and by like a robbery. So he created like the greatest superhero ever to stop all the crime around the world. That's kind
Uh,
of like where it comes from.
yeah.
I always said that's cool because the greatest superhero ever comes from Ohio, just like us.
Did you did you see that they had sort of like a snippet of like behind this, not behind the scenes, but somebody sort of captured. I can't remember the guy who's playing Lex Luthor. He was in his
Oh, yeah.
power
His
armor.
Lex Luthor suit. Yeah, his suit.
Yeah, and I mean, it does sort of look like somebody in a cosplay outfit, like some of those big cosplay things you see at conventions. But I mean,
Yeah.
that is what it looks like in the comics. But I'm sure they're gonna polish it up when
No, yeah. I'm sure they'll also animate around it too to make it look more,
yeah,
I guess, polished, more robotic looking.
yeah. What? And then there were certain clips where his suit was like looked like it was burnt. That's one thing I don't like. Like, why is Superman's suit always looking burnt? Isn't it made of like Kryptonian? Well, I don't know what it's made of.
Well, I think it depends on which uh, interpretation you're reading because you have versions that's like Man of Steel where his suit is like formal, like military attire, and then you have some versions where it's like Ma Kent is the one who made his suit, and I'm pretty sure this Superman suit is made from his mom.
Well, I don't know if it's made from his mom or if the robots or if it was like I don't know who did it. I don't know. I mean, it's all speculation and it's all what version and and then because you got to think uh, his suit would not be able to stand the the altitudes or the G forces that he puts on it when he's flying.
Oh yeah, it's stripping naked.
Yeah, yeah. I remember I was watching this. I don't know if it was called Last Sons. I was watching this animated one where it had Mark the Martian Manhunter, Lobo, and Superman in it, and at first he starts going out. He just has these goggles and then his head thing, and it keeps burning up, and his mom says, "Well, I'm not gonna buy you another pair of." I can't remember what it was. I don't know if it was a shirt or jeans or what. But yeah, um, it was a good show. It's on Max. If you ever
Oh, you're talking about the My Adventures with Superman.
no, not the Adventures of Superman. This was a movie because
Oh,
it
okay.
had the main villain at first in it was is his name the Leech, like or not Leech or what? You know, he can absorb energy. He's usually purple, and he
Oh, Metamorpho.
no, not a Metamorpho. Um, I don't remember what his name. I think his name was Parasite. That's what his name is, Parasite.
Hmm.
I don't know if you remember that name, but he in this movie he grows to like giant size, and he's sucking off of a nuclear reactor um, thing, and I'm like, one thing I don't know if people know this. That's just the thing that goes up in the air is just a cooling vent. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
it's not giving off any. I mean, I don't know if it's giving anything into the water vapor, but that's. I mean, like if they thought, oh, this will be cool, we'll let him just suck off the like. we'll just have him put his lips on this like he's smoking a cigar. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense if you know really what that does.
Right. Well, I think it's more of just the energy itself is what he's absorbing.
Yeah, and then um, I know you're not an anime fan, but I finished a anime on it's a Hulu original, but I watched it on Disney Plus. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like where the um, the good guys are actually the bad guys,
Huh. It sounds interesting.
and they're sort of it's sort of a spoof on the Power Rangers because they all have like different colored suits, and they have something called the Sunday Showdown. Because if you know what I mean by that, that's when new episodes of the Power Rangers would come out, and
That sounds pretty sick. I kind of like the idea of that.
because what they would do is they killed off all the main. They say they killed off all the main boss monsters, and then they're making the fighters. They call them fighters. Fighters can't die
Okay.
unless
You
they're.
gotta find the name of this. This sounds
Let
awesome.
me see if I can. Uh, well, they can die if they're touched by what they're called the uh, oh God, what are those weapons called? Uh, celestial, not celestial, something artifact. What is the name of an anime where the heroes are actually the bad guys? Let me put YouTube or Hulu on there. Doop, 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 and another doop. I think. Oh yeah, here it is. I think it was Go Go. Yeah, it was Go Go something. Yeah, it was Go Go something. I know that. That part of it I know.
Well, cousin,
Uh huh.
I gotta get back to base. I'm
Oh,
gonna have to catch you later.
okay. That
All
is
right, it was a pleasure talking to you. We'll have to do this again sometime.
all right.
I
That's
can still message you though.
all right. That's it for now, guys.
All right, I'll catch you later.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye. I know. Go Go.
Claim
What if you took a ruthless killer like Homelander and turned him into a Power Ranger? Well, you'd get something like this.
And time to stop the broadcast.